Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I just started a YouTube channel because I feel like there's a lot of things that I want to share with people out there. The first story I'm going to share with you guys is probably one of the saddest things that I went through in life. About 2.5, almost 3 years ago, I decided that I wanted to be a surrogate, help a family out by having a kid for them. And nobody really tells you the steps that you have to go through to do all of this. I just thought it was going to be something easy, simple. I've had 2 kids before, this shouldn't be hard. But it's too far from the truth. But I try to talk myself out of it. I couldn't. It just kept saying, you need to do it. Help somebody out. Help somebody out. You are blessed with 2 beautiful kids. Why not bless somebody with a kid? So I said, okay. I signed the papers. I went through all kinds of counseling, all kinds of things, and started the process. And when I started the process, I had to give myself shots every day. Every day I had to give myself a shot. And at first it was like, oh, this is very easy. And then as the process went on, the shots are more and more and more and more, because you have to get your body prepared, because this is not your own egg, this is not your husband's sperm, it's totally different. It's not the same. It's not the same as getting naturally pregnant. But I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say anything to anybody, and I did it. After I did it, I told a couple of people, and let's just say people were not very supportive. Not at all. Not the people that I told. But that was okay, because at the end of the day, it was my body, it was my decision to do. And back in May or June, I did the process, and I ended up pregnant for them. And throughout the whole thing, it was amazing. It was a good experience. The shots are painful, but it's okay, because that's what you're supposed to do. But around July, the end of July, at this point, I'm already 3 months pregnant. And when they implant the egg is already advanced to almost a month old. So when they do it, you're technically a month pregnant. So after that, I was pregnant for two more months, so that makes it 3 months. And the end of July, I just was not feeling right. I was uncomfortable. And one day I was at work, and I started bleeding. And I didn't know why, but I went through the same thing with my kids. I was bleeding when I was pregnant with them, so I just was like, okay. I ended up going to the emergency room. They're like, oh, you're bleeding a little bit between the placenta and the uterus, but it's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. The baby's fine. The heart rate's fine. I was like, okay. And then a week later, I went to the doctor again, and then they're like, oh, the baby's fine, you'll be okay, it's doing fine, but the bleeding is it's getting a little bit more, but you're fine, continue what you've been doing. And I did. And now at this point, I'm considered high risk. So I went back the next week, and then they did an ultrasound, and they said that the baby didn't make it. When someone tells you that the baby didn't make it, it's like someone ripped my heart out of my chest. Even though this is not my kid, even though this is somebody else's baby, but to know that I won't give them that precious joy they long for, that was hard. That was extremely hard. So then they sent me after that, the doctor's like, well, since it's not an emergency thing, we'll just send you somewhere to a different clinic and you can get it taken care of. Well, what does that mean? Oh, we're gonna send you to this clinic and they're gonna do everything for you. And I was like, oh, okay. I've never been through this experience before. I've never lost a child. I have never been through a miscarriage ever in my life. And to know that I have to go to a clinic to get it taken care of, I was like, how am I gonna do that? And I went. I got it taken care of. It's probably one of the hardest things I ever went through in my life. But nobody really prepared me what the afterward was gonna be. You know, nobody told me that I would go through a dark times. Nobody told me that I would be going through depression. Nobody told me that it would be painful. Like I said, this is not my child. I was carrying it for somebody else. But the experience is like your own child. And you still go through the pain. You still go through the phases of it. And I told a couple of people, you know, that I went through surrogacy and I had a miscarriage, and I was shocked by the response. Some people are like, take time off and just, you know, try to keep yourself busy and all that. And then some people are like, oh, make sure you don't say anything to anybody, because, you know, they're gonna look at you different. They're not gonna look at you the same anymore. How did you even come up with this to do the surrogacy thing? Oh my God, why? Why does it have to be why? Why can't it be, oh my God, you try to help another family? Why does it have to be a hush-hush? You're blessed with kids. Why not bless somebody else with the joy and happiness that your kids give you? And that's what my intention was, is that to give this family something they long for. And when, instead of helping me and saying you're going to be okay, we're going to be there for you, it was that, don't say anything to anybody, don't talk about it. Because, you know, people are going to, I don't care what people think about me. Trust me. If I cared about what people would say about me going through the surrogacy system and having a baby for somebody else, I wouldn't have had my kids if that was the case. Let me tell you that. I went through hell after I gave birth to both of my kids. I worked 3 jobs to support my kids. I was by myself. I had some family help, don't get me wrong, but everything else I did. And if I was to worry about what people were going to say about me, I would have hid a long time ago. But judge me, because if you judge me, it's going to make me to be a better person and stronger woman. And but I just expected that, you know, people to be more supportive, especially the women. I expected them to be supportive towards me, and it was not. And that's when I figured out, I was like, why is it in our Ethiopian community? Why are we so worried about what people are going to say about us? Why? Why are we competing? Why can't we just be ourselves and be happy? Why do we have to worry about, oh, if I say this person is going to talk about me, it's going to, like, why? I know a lot of people are going to see this video, a lot of Ethiopians are going to see this video, and that's okay. I'm just here telling you that when I needed somebody in my darkest moment of going through a miscarriage, I was told to hush about it. Instead of being there for me, I was told to hush. Don't say much about it. Don't say anything about it. Why? I moved to Denver from Wisconsin to be around Ethiopian community because I miss that. You know, growing up in a white community with white parents, I miss my people. Because to me, what Ethiopians stand for is a community. That's what we are. When somebody struggles, we help. When someone needs something, we're there for them. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted my kids to grow up in. But when I went through this miscarriage thing, and I was told to not say anything about it, I was just like, why? And the person couldn't really explain to me why. She just said, don't say anything about it. Da 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 da. Why? Why can't I express what I'm going through, the pain I'm going through? we need to be better than that. We need to be there for one another. Because me being a surrogate for somebody else doesn't change who I am. Doesn't change my value. My value is still the same. But I did this whole thing to help somebody out. And to even this day, sometimes I'll say something and some people will say, oh my God, don't talk about it. It's already over a year. It's already over a year now. And I just thought this would be a great platform to talk about it. I mean, it still hurts sometimes, but it's not that bad anymore. But I just know that there has to be other women out there that gone through the same thing as me. Maybe not with surrogacy, but with their own. So why not be there for one another and help one another out? Why do we have to be hush-hush about it? I know it's our culture. I know. But why not be there for one another and be like, it's okay. I've been through it. What can I do to help you? The best medicine to depression is talking. But I just noticed in the Ethiopian community, it's don't talk about it. Just leave it be. Don't tell anybody anything. And I mean, that's fine if that's how you want it to be, but I just think we are very powerful women. And to not pick up one another and to tell one another to not say anything about things that go on, especially with a miscarriage. Why? Why not teach one another it's okay to fall, it's okay to go through this, you're going to be okay. God is going to heal you. Don't tell people to hush. Because when you tell them not to say anything about it, that makes it sound like you don't care. That makes it sound like, well, it happens to women all the time, so they just move on with it. No, there's some women out there that are hurting, that want children. And they go through this not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but many, many times. And they still don't get it. They still don't have a child. But their pain is deep. It's really, really, really deep. And please, don't tell them not to talk about it. Be there for them. Support them. Talk to them. Because that's the most important thing as a woman we can do is talk to one another. I wish I had that when I was going through it in the beginning. Not just with the miscarriage, but when I was going through it with my kids. I wish I knew some single parents that went through it and raised their kids and that said, hey, you can do it. You're going to go through these steps, these struggles, these hills. You're going to have to climb it. But at the end, you're going to see the light. You're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. I wish I had that. But I had to teach myself that you're going to fall, but you're going to rise. That at times you'll feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. You know, I've gone through a lot in my life, a lot. Being called ugly, fat, blah, 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 all these things. I didn't care. Because I try not to lose myself. So, I wish to be there for somebody that might need me. I hope that this video helps you a little bit, wherever you may be. Leave me a comment, please. And let's talk. Let's not tell each other to shush. Because that, for some of us, that doesn't help. For some of us, we don't know how to keep it bottled in. Some of us, we talk about it and we feel better. Let's raise each other up. Let's make each other's day better. And please subscribe. Thank you.